I was trying to run around real quick. So, my name is Patricia M. Goins, and I just want to talk about season two of Cold and Windy. So, before I go into saying anything about season two, I want to show my love to season one. When I looked on when I was looking them up and I saw that they had the rating was 6.3. I'm like, when did they get that? When did they put a 6.3 out of 10 rating on this? Was it last year? Because there ain't no way in the world, there's no way possible that they Cold and Wendy only got 6.3 out of 10 stars over season one. There ain't no way, because that whole season was captivating. There's no way. Them was haters. Whoever gave season one of Cold and Windy a 6.3, them haters, them the ops. Them ops, because that whole season was off the freaking chain. It came in and it captured you from episode one, and it held you captive where you couldn't even get away from it for every season up until episode 8. From episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it held you captive. So whoever gave Cold and Windy a 6.3, if they got that last year in 2023, them was ops. Those are haters. Those were people who don't understand what it takes to make a good series. So Cold and Windy is about these two drill artists, these two drill rappers, right? And I guess Malika must be the main character. This is what I'm getting out of this. Malika must be the main character. She is Cold in the show, right? Of the duo, of the music. Hold on for a second, because I think they don't know I'm on live back there while they banging and slanging and stuff in the background. Oh my gosh. You notice how people don't never want to come out and do nothing till they see you about to do something? What's going on, Paul? How you doing? They don't never be, they be in the house, they be in the room in the house on the other side of the house all day long. The minute you go live, here come everybody. They want to do cartwheels through the house. They want to play their music. They want to come up. Okay. So anyway, why would you wait till now?
I'm good now.
Thank you. What's going on, Paul? So, Paul, I've been keeping up with this whole Cold and Windy, series, TV series. They're out of Chicago, right? And so, like I said, when I first captured it, and it was by complete accident because I hadn't seen any advertisements on it. I hadn't seen it. So when but then I'm not in Chicago. So maybe in Chicago they was everybody knew about it, but I'm in Atlanta. So I didn't hear about it. I didn't know. So anyway, when it captured me, and every episode of season one was like boom, 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 boom. You got to watch season one. You absolutely got to watch season one. If you jump into season two without watching season one, you're not going to understand my hype. So that takes me to season two. Season two. Let me put it as gently as I can. If they got that 6.3 rating from season two, I feel like I would be better able to understand that versus season one, because there ain't no way they got 6.3 off of season one. Oh, for real? Oh, yes, you got. It's called Cold and Windy. Let me go. Hold on. So let me go to my YouTube so I can put it on the Hold on for a second. I'm gonna have to take you there. I gotta take you there. I gotta take. I don't even really. So, film director, did a whole movie, couple of movies, short film stuff. Dealt with artists, dealt with actors. So I understand. The whole concept. But I'm not really a TV watcher. Really, I haven't been. This caught me by surprise. I wasn't. It caught me by surprise. So, So let me hold on. Let me go over here, and it's called Kold K with a K, Kold times Windy, and it's a Chicago TV series. Okay, so that's what it is, Paul. It's called Kold and Windy. Um, yeah, and it's a Chicago TV series. Okay, so like I said, I could better understand 6.3 rating off of the way it's starting on season 2 versus season 1, because if they got that rating in season 1, that was a lie. Y'all lying, because that was the bomb rating. Y'all lying. But season 2. So I understood how it started, right? I understood how it started because it wanted to catch you up on whatever you didn't see in season 1, right? So it wanted to catch you up. So I got that. The second episode, while I understand where they're headed towards it, there's something, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it's the editing or what it is, but there's something. And it's not that the storyline is still continuing, but it's something that's not flowing in the same intensity as season 1. That's my opinion. They're continuing with the story, but I don't know if maybe putting all the emphasis on Malika right now is not what they should do, because Wendy is really who captured me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, you're probably right, Paul. It probably is a lot of politics and craziness, a lot of haters, ops. Because if they put 6.3 on season 1, they lied. That was a straight lie. That was just somebody trying to keep any people from even wanting to watch it, because season 1 is all that in a bucket of chips, and there ain't no way around that. And anybody who says anything different, you lying. You stop lying, Season 2, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe it's gonna take me a second to get into season 2, or maybe season 2 is just starting off, because they're trying to kind of like let you understand what happened in season 1, so that you will be able to hold on and capture season 2. There's something. I don't know if it's I don't know. I see that they brought Lil Wayne in there, and they got another artist. I forget his name. I think he was the manager for TLC. What is his name? What was that guy's name? I think if that's the same guy, I'm thinking he's the one that Chili has her children by. What's his name? The producer. I forget. I think he's on there now. So I can understand, like what they call Pops, the guy that Malika was messing with. He crazy, we already know he was crazy. I see the dad that got out of jail. That was cool. So they didn't brought daddy out of jail, And I feel like the father has been missing, right? He's been in jail for probably most of Malika's life. And Malika is cold, remember that. So the father has been in jail. I like how they brought him back, and how he really wants a relationship with his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And so he's really trying to stay clean too. He just got out of the slammer. He probably been in the slammer for years, so he really don't want to jump. He don't want to be about that lifestyle. Although he was probably the king of Chicago, because and one thing, because she's looking for her mama. Her mama then ran off with that money, so she trying to find her mama, right? And so her dad gets out of jail, so basically she holding her daddy hostage. She's just like, listen, you need to find my mama. You need to find her, because she got my money. If you want to be in my life, you better find her. But he's not trying to get back in that life, because he knows what that's going to bring him to, but then he probably feels guilty about not being there for her, So I captured it. I understand every part. Like, it's really good. Like, if they can capture that same energy from season 1, I don't care what nobody says. That is a hit series. And anybody who says anything different is lying. However, they got to capture that same energy. They're going to have to. And maybe, even though Malika is the story is mainly about Malika, but I there's something about Malika right now that's not. I don't think that the emphasis should be so much on Malika right now, because I don't feel like, I don't know. There's something that's not connecting. I feel like it probably should be more on Wendy, and maybe throwing a new love interest for Wendy, Wendy crazy, or some more about Wendy a little bit, and less on Malika, because maybe, you know, so. In the first season, it was all about Malika, which I guess the series is surrounding her, and it was strong, because, and they ended it strong. That whole series, boo, gosh. But now I'm thinking that maybe, you know, because Malika ain't really got nothing really going on. She lost, you know, her child and got taken again, you know, and she's pregnant, and she done lost her man, you know, and so she back in the streets. Her mama got her money. She ain't even really doing stuff. So her character is not strong right now, because everything happened in season 1. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened in season 1. So now you got to capture the audience in that same intensity as season 1, but maybe it shouldn't be on Malika, because Malika's not a strong character right now. She has all that stuff that happened to her in season 1 has weakened her, and so ain't nothing really exciting happening about her right now. So right now she has become a supporting part of the series versus the lead, because she was the lead in season 1, and everything was happening was about or surrounding her, and it needed to be, because she had it popping off. She's popping off. She's popping off. But now that her character's in a weaker state, she done lost she lost the money. Her mama gone. Her, you know, all this, that she's pregnant. She don't want to be pregnant. You know, she's in a weakened state. So you got to find another character. You got to find her. Now it's time to switch to her partner, because her partner is still out there wild and crazy. So you need to put that energy on her partner and bring back that intensity of season 1. That's my opinion. So Paul said, I will look that up. Bloody Sopranos is the last time I watched the series. I have the attention span of a goldfish. I'm telling you this though. Season 1 gonna have you. Season 1 of Kold X Windy gonna have you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's gonna have you. I just feel like in season 2, it's not starting off strong enough for the way that it ended in season 1. Season 1 was like, even the last scene of season 1, it was like, oh snap, come on now. It was like that. So you can't come season 2, we all like anticipation, like we all like damn near standing on our tippy toes. So you can't come back watered down. You got to come back with that same intensity, and you got to hold that. So in my opinion, in order to hold that, you're going to have to concentrate on your stronger characters, because right now you got to win. You got to build Malika back up to where she's still there, and you had them scenes with her mama and her dad, her and her daddy building that relationship, because I feel like there's going to be some strength in that. And then of course running for Pops, of course, or what's his name, the ex-boyfriend. There's gonna be some, okay, because that's still lingering from season 1. But I think that they need to see, while she's having this baby and while she's going through this, and until her character builds back up to the strength where she's the diva back on the scene again, they need to focus on Wendy, because Wendy is really who captured me, because she just, you need to focus on Wendy and what, that little DJ guy. Don't let that whole little scene pass by that producer, because we know he's a hot mess, right? There needs to be something, maybe throw in another love relationship with Wendy, because Wendy don't know how to deal with men. She don't know how to deal with men. So any relationship with her, because she gangster. I think she might be torn in between two worlds. She might, want to be with men, but still got this thing for women. It might be somewhere around in there, because, of what the little incident that she had with Shelly, you know, the op. So she might be torn, but maybe throw in something in there. But I think that it needs to circle more around um, Wendy until Cold's character is built back up to the diva position. That's my opinion. But I feel like, you know, this is only the second episode of season 2, and they still have the ability to keep their audience in spite of, and like I said, I don't know if that rating was from season 1 or season 2. I don't know where they put that rating up to, that 6.3. But if it was from season 1, they lied. If that was from season 1, they lied. Hey, what's going on, Anish? If it was from season 1, they lied. Because season 1 was the bomb. So I wanted to show y'all. So I don't know if y'all saw the trailer for season 1 was the bomb. I don't care if nobody say. Ain't nobody. I don't care. You ain't gonna tell me season 1 was the bomb. I would, please. I cuss you out in the streets before I let you tell me that season 1 wasn't a bomb. I promise you. Season 1 was all that. So I'm going to take you back to, because I don't know if you saw the trailer. So I'm going to take it back to, hold on here. So I want to, because I'm going to take it back to, oh snap. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Previously on Kold X Windy.
Hold on. I'm on live. I'm on, hold on.
Ain't nothing we do for me.
Okay, hold on. So tell me, let me go back. So let me show y'all this, right? I have to do this. I know this is like the ghetto fashion, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do. So so this is Cold right here. Okay. Okay. So, and it's only like 2.5, whatever.
Previously on Kold X Windy.
The best drill crew in the shop, the dynamic duo, Kold X Windy.
Ain't nothing we do for me.
Everybody gone, bitch. Everybody gone.
Suddenly,
You seem like a whole different guy.
there's a man.
Driving me crazy.
What you gonna do, Pop? Hit me? Go ahead, hit me.
I got a plan.
They gonna need found on you? As a body. You a smart bitch, I give you that. I'm gonna remember this and I'm on game.
Shelly Winston and a JC Goofy. Put your dead ass on the news and finally get some fame.
Like the gun charge. That's how I lost my son to the system.
You play pretty good for an old dude.
Oh,
You Kyrie's father.
what you mean?
He's your son. What you know about Gigi owing 140 stacks in Texas on the house?
Gigi ain't going nowhere.
They say I got cancer. Breast cancer.
We've been hitting these pickups for years, no problem. Oh, you rather do the corny ass scam? Them corny scams pay.
Brenda back. Who? My mom.
I don't know why she's back or if you can even trust her.
Brenda, all my money is gone. I'ma kill you, bitch. I'ma kill you.
You King Benji. I know you got a lot of connections. Can you help me find him?
I need something that's gonna connect Wendy to the shooter, the banker.
No. Nay! I think she did.
What you gotta say now?
I got something that you're gonna want to see.
Wait, the police, they follow. Tribute song y'all did to Stony Island? It's a freaking hit.
Me and Marlon getting married.
How you gonna go and get married?
You never told me that you had another lover. It's freaking double life here living. It's all for the image. Shelly Winston.
You trying to start a group? Under arrest. Suspicion of murder.
I'm telling you, I don't care what you're not gonna tell me. Season freaking 1 was off the chain. It really was. I watched the whole thing in one daggone day, y'all. One day. That was how it was. Just like It was just moving, like it was moving. Okay, it was moving. So if whoever gave season 1, if you gave it 6.3, you lying. You straight lying. You hating. You the ops. Because it was fire. It was fire. So I feel like they're gonna have to keep the same intensity. You can't start off. You can't start off like and then go weak. You can't. You can't because you gotta keep that same intensity. You gotta keep that same flow. You gotta keep that same thing. And so, the writers are gonna have to figure out a way, to keep that fire. You gotta keep that fire. Gotta keep that fire. And I feel like the way that they'll be able to keep that fire is to focus more on the characters that's the strongest right now. Wendy is the strongest because Kold, is pregnant and she had a lot of losses, and she's think about it. Even in life, when you've got hit by a whole bunch of different storms and stuff like that, you're at your weakest state. That's just bottom line. You're at your weakest state. So she's at her weakest state. She done lost her baby daddy, actually the father of both her children, because she didn't even tell him that he was the father until the boy they're 8, 9, 10, 11, however old her son is, So she done lost her baby daddy, who she didn't find her mama, ain't about nothing, is a schemer, and then ran off with $1 million of her daggone money. She can't find her. Her daddy, in jail, so she can't reach him. She been going through stuff with Wendy, she got a lot of stuff going on. Her character is weakened. So it's hard to build strong scenes around a character that's in a weakened state. You got to pick your stronger one. You're going to have to pick your stronger one. And I just feel, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, that until you can build Malika, which is Kold, until you can build her back up to that point, you're going to have to focus on Wendy. Because Wendy's treacherous. Wendy don't give a damn. Wendy is not playing. It was on, you said where was the rating? It was on, where was that rating at? I want to say it was on, where was that rating? Where did I see it? Let me look it up, because I seen it on, let me put it in my thing and see Wendy rating. Kold and Wendy. Kold. I want to say it was it wasn't, where was it? Where did I see it? It was IMDb, I mean. That IMDb. Yeah, it was on there. And I just feel like there is no way in the world they gave that a 6.3 from last year. There's no way. Chicago, the city of gangsters. Somebody paid for that. That was the ops. Ain't no way in the world they gave Kold and Wendy no 6.3 from season 1. There's no way. I will argue you down to the streets, and I will tell you every reason why that is a lie. Kold and Wendy, that season 1 was off the freaking chain. And if you're somebody who's in the music industry, you're in the entertainment industry, or you just like a good show, you love Power, you love Empire, you love stuff like that, there's no way you did not get into season 1 the way I did and come away feeling like I did. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. You're lying. 6.3 is a lie. It's a lie straight. And you couldn't have done it for season 2 because season 2 this is only the second episode. So how are you going to just make a decision about and give it a whole 6.3 rating when this is only the second episode? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a hater. That was a hater. That was a straight hater. Yeah, so it's on IMDb, but I don't. If that was done last year, they lied. That's not true. Season 1 was all that in a bucket of chips. Season 1 grabbed me instantly. Season 1 had me in a chokehold. Season 1 was that. Now, season 2. Now, if they got that from season 2, first of all, I would say that's unfair because it just started. Like, how you gonna already give season 2? And did they have a trailer for season 2? Let me see. I don't know if season 2 had a trailer. I don't know if season 2. Let me see. I don't know if season 2 even had a trailer. Um, Let me see. Yeah, I don't know if season 2 had a trailer. I don't know if season 2 had a trailer. Let me see. Right. Let me see what Rotten Tomatoes said. Oh, they haven't. Nobody has. So let me go ahead and be the first one to give it a 5. I'm gonna give it because I don't see anyone putting any type of rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't see what they did. So um, I'm going to give it a rating. Let me see. Yeah, write a review. I'm gonna write a review. I am going to write a review. Season 1 of Kold and Windy. Kold times Windy. Held me in a chokehold. That was the way to write that, right? Chokehold. For 8 episodes straight. It had the intensity of empire and power all in one. I guess I should put the intensity of the shows empire and power all in one. I am looking forward to seeing how the show continues to move forward in season 2. That's what I'm gonna say. Because you can't really judge it yet. You feel what I'm saying? You can't really judge it yet. Because they just started. This is only the 2nd episode. So I can't give it a fair, I can't say, yeah. I can't. Because it's only the 2nd episode of season 2. All I'm going to say is that you've got to keep the same intensity. That's the only thing I'm going to say. You got to keep the same intensity. You've got to continue to hold the audience, in that chokehold. I hope I spelled chokehold right on that review. Because I'll be writing the most. You got to continue to you got to keep them. You got to keep them. You've got to keep them. You've got to keep them right. Season 1 had them right where you want them. They had them right there because it's just like that, And in all fairness, if this is your first time hearing about Kold and Windy, do not start with season 2. Don't start with season 2, episode 1. That's not going to do it's not going to do it enough justice. You have to go back, right? You got to start with episode 1, season 1, episode 1, and you gotta follow it all through all 8 seasons, so that when you get to episode 2, you can first of all know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And second of all, so you can truly see, if this is going to be something that's, going to, that you're going to continue to want to invest your energy in. I feel like it has all the ingredients of being a hit freaking series. The only challenge is going to be that they're going to have to keep that same intensity and power of season 1. That would be my review. That's what I would say. But if they can grab the viewers in the way they did in season 1, if they can grab them the way they did in season 2, if they can grab the audience in season 2 the way they did in season 1, they got a hit. They just gonna have to figure out how to do it. And to me, it's just not starting off with the same intensity of season one. They're going to have to recircle the plan, and they're going to need to think about the characters, and they're going to have to build off the ones that's the strongest, which would be the father getting out of jail, definitely. You know, that relationship with him, and what was his life about? What was up with him? You know, what pull us into his life before he became, and maybe they're already doing this, you know, I don't know. I'm just going by my thoughts. But let us see some stuff that led, you know, the father to even be in jail. What happened? Give us some flashbacks. Let us see what's going on there, you know. And then let's rebuild some stuff around Wendy, because Wendy is the stronger of the two partners. You know, she's the stronger. She's the one who got the most going, you know, she's the stronger. Malika is her character is too weakened of a state to try to build everything around her the way you did in season one. She had too many hits. She had too much. And so there's not enough to give her, you know, so many scenes, because the scenes are not strong enough, because her character is at a weakened state. So, but Wendy, throw Wendy in the love relationship, because Wendy don't know how to handle love. have Wendy get into something else. Show us some of Wendy. I know, Paul, that's right. You said, Paul said, I wonder, do they have the entire plot decided already? Or are they writing it as it goes along, if you know what I mean? Right, because sometimes they do already have it already filmed out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's wiser to film a couple scenes and then see how the audience reacts and see how it flows, you know. And then you'll know how to do the others, if you need to do any twist or some changes, or if you need to bring in another writer, or what you got to do, you know. I would say that. So that's my review for so far, but this is only the second episode of season 2, so I can't, you know, say anything other than I'm waiting to see how they're going to bring the intensity of season 1 to season 2. That's what I'm looking for right now. But it's also making me understand better, you know, the relationship between, first of all, her and her Malika, mama and daddy was a hot mess. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so understanding he's just gotten out of jail, her daddy just got out of jail, so just kind of see like him and his life and what's going on with that. I definitely would like to see more of that. Of course, Pops is a hot mess. He crazy, so you can't go wrong with building off of his character, because he's a mess, and that's the one that you know, tried to kill her or whatever. He want to get Malika back by any means necessary. He don't give a darn, so he out for blood, you know. So he doing drive-bys and stuff, and you know. So the episode, and then the way that they're switching scenes, that's, you know, there got to be a flow to it the way it was with season 1, because the way that you're flipping scenes, it kind of gets the viewer kind of lost about what's going on. And then they brought in, you know, some new characters, so I guess, you know, Kold and Windy got some competition now, because there's a new girl drill rap team on deck, and that's Lil Wayne's daughter, right? So I'm just looking to see how they're gonna and maybe it's just because it's just beginning, and maybe the next episodes will, you know, intensify and bring back that energy. So that's my review for Kold and Windy so far for season 2. I like it. I love the series. I feel like the series has everything, all the ingredients of being a hit series and really taking over. But my advice is they have to keep the same intensity of season 1. They have to. There's no way you can't have a powerhouse year one season and then come back, you know, a little watered down. You can't start it like that, because you got to grab them, because there's people who didn't see season 1. So all they had to go by is season 2. You know what I'm saying? And season 2, right now, the way it's starting, does not give the true respect of how powerful season 1 was. Season 1 was powerful. I don't care. So if whoever did that 6.3, if you did that 6.3 last year, use a lie. Use a lie, the truth ain't in you. Because season 1 was all that in a bucket of chips. It was all that in a bucket of chips, and you lying. Now let's just see what happens with season 2, because season 2 has to hold that same fire. You have to. It has to. I know, Paul. Paul said, I love when you have a series to look forward to. Haven't done that in years. I know, and that's what I loved about it, right? That's what I love, Paul, because I'm the same way. But, like, when Empire first came out, do you remember Empire when they first came out? That one by 50 Cent? That had the whole world captivated, you know. Everybody wanted to see what was going to happen between with Lucius and them. Like that was the thing, you know what I'm saying? And then with Power, you know, everybody wanted to see what was happening next. Like it held. It was like fire. It really was. And it had everybody like that. Kold and Windy has that kind of ability. Because season 1, in my opinion, held that kind of fire. Now they just got to figure out how to keep that. You got to keep that, you know. And I understand their concept or their thoughts was, well, let us start season 2 by reminding them or building on season 1 in case they didn't look at it, right? So they trying to season 1, season 2, episode 1 was really about catching you up in case you didn't see the first season. But then season 2, episode 2 just had me kind of like, you know, like, okay. So that's but they're building, you know, and understanding that, you know, these episodes are building. They just got to keep the intensity, that's all. And they just, to me, if they don't have it all written out already and the scenes are not already filmed, or maybe they was already thinking about this way and it's coming to that, but they just need to build on the characters that are the strongest until their lead character becomes that diva that she was in season 1, right? Because she was very strong. Malika's character was very strong in season 1. And so was Wendy. They both had the same matching of intensity, you know. Every time there was a scene about Malika, we was like, damn. And every time there was a scene about Wendy, we was like, damn, you know. But now it's like, we're trying to figure out who to grab on. Because everybody, when you look at these series and stuff, you want to find that character to grab onto. You know, and everybody don't grab onto the same characters. So there's one of these characters, you want to grab onto them and you just want to flow with them, right? Right now, Malika, I just want to give her some tissue. I just want to, poor thing. I know, baby, you didn't, this rough, you know. You didn't got beat down. She back carrying her gun and everything. Tamika, she lost her child. She just crying tears like, poor Malika. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. You know, I'm enjoying it. So I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm definitely continuing to follow. Like I said, they got me now. They you know, what is that? Was it a series or a song or something where it was like, you got me at hello. Like they got me at hello. They got me at season 1, episode 1. They captured me then. So now I'm flowing. And because I watched all of season 1, I understand season 2. That's why I'm able to say what I'm saying, because I watched it. So if that 6.3 rating came from season 2, that just tells you just got to make some changes and some shifts, because you got a hit series. It's just a matter of trying to figure out, you know, where to focus the attention on these scenes, because you want to you've got to have that kind of momentum. And even though it's all about Malika, but if Malika's character is not strong enough to hold season 2, then you need to focus on the characters that are strong enough to hold season 2 until Malika's character is strong enough to be the diva that she is. Yeah, so that's my thought. So let me see what y'all over here saying. Let me go back over here, because y'all be saying the most. Oh, okay, everybody being, I must have my moderators up there holding down the chat, because I don't see nothing negative. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Paul's in the freaking building, baby. So, Paul, I done gave you a new I think that was from Jerry Maguire. Okay, Tim Cruz. You had me at hello. That might have been Paul. You're probably right. You're probably right. They're going to tell you my age, right? That tells you my age. But yeah, so I just want to get up here real quick. I ain't trying to stay long because I know y'all don't be wanting to be on. What's going on, Glizzy? I know y'all don't want to be. He said, "Hey, Pookie." I know y'all don't want to be listening to me going on and on and on and on and on. But I've started doing these reviews, and so I just wanted, I guess, it was only fair to give you a review, and then for those who have never heard of, like Paul had never heard of Kold and Windy before. I thought it was fair to let you know. Please start off with season 1. You know, start off with season 1, episode 1. And then and don't even watch. If you've never watched Power, don't even look at season 2 yet. Don't go if you've never watched it. I mean, if you've never watched I said Power. I didn't mean to say that. If you've never watched Kold and Windy, if you didn't see season 1, you didn't see none of season 1, and you're just now hearing about it, in and they're in season 2. I'm going to say, do not watch season 2 right now. Go back and watch season 1, verse 1, and follow the sequence, right? Follow the sequence. IGTG. I don't know what that means. Okay. Have a good night. Bye, Glizzy. So yeah, so I think that, so I saw it on Roku. Roku is how I first saw it, right? But it's on its own series. So I think that all BLK must be a new app, right? Because I hadn't heard of it before this Kold and Windy TV series. I hadn't heard of it. But when I look on there, it looks like there's a lot of shows that are like the first season. So I'm thinking that this is a new app, and there's a lot of new series on this app. That's what I'm guessing. But that's where I saw it at. So Paul, either try Roku if you have Roku, or ALLBLK, which is where you actually got to see it anyway. Or maybe you can just go straight to ALLBLK and then you can see it. So I was trying to find the trailer for season 2, and I don't see it. So that makes me think that maybe they don't have all of it already filmed. And maybe they're taking it little bit by little bit. And if they are, then that's really good, because then you can take the reviews of what people think so far, and you know how to tweak it. There's nothing wrong. You don't only want people that are going to, what's going on, Rollins? You don't want people that are only going to tell you, oh, it's great, oh, it's great, oh, it's great, oh, it's great, oh, it's great. You don't want that. You know, you're not going to grow that way. You want people who's going to say, well, I love this, but I wish they had done that. Or I love that, but I think they should have done this. And you just take all of that in a nutshell, and then you just decide what or how you should move forward. Constructive criticism is important on any level. I'm from America, Rollins. I'm from America. I'm from America. I want to claim, people ask me where you from, and I really want to say I'm from Columbus, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, and Chicago, Illinois. And the reason why I say that is because all three of those cities and states raised me. I grew up and was born in Columbus, Ohio, but I've lived in between Atlanta and Chicago for the last 20-something years. I raised my kids in both cities. I learned some of my biggest life lessons in both cities. So I want to say I'm from 3 states. I'm all around the world. It's like I learned things in Atlanta that I hadn't learned in Chicago. Like in Atlanta, the reality of, so let me say, before I moved to Atlanta, I had never lived in a city or in a place where there was predominantly African Americans, because in Columbus, Ohio, we're a melting pot. There are more Caucasians than there are all the other races, and so we all live together. In all honesty, I didn't experience black and white racism type thing. I didn't experience that. When I got to Atlanta, it was the first time that I had really been in a place where it's all African Americans. I wasn't used to that, and I thought that was cool. But then when you go outside of Atlanta, go outside of Metro Atlanta, you notice or you start to see what this whole racism thing is about, right? But I didn't experience that in my hometown, so it taught me about it brought out the creative side of me. It brought out the movies and the books. It was in Atlanta that I first sang for the first time. It was in Atlanta that I wrote my first book. It was in Atlanta that I filmed the movie This Can't Be Love and started the Love House series. That was in Atlanta. Atlanta brought that out of me. But when I moved to Chicago, it really taught me about the hustle of being, an artist and just, really grinding. You know what I'm saying? Grinding from the ground up. When I moved to Chicago, I literally was at the bottom. Started at the bottom. Now we're here. Like I really was at the bottom. And Chicago had enough programs and different things to help a single mother get her on her feet. And so I was like doing my Chicago thing and learning my, and then it was, I started getting introduced to the music side, and that's when I started dealing with independent artists and having events and stuff for artists, and then that's when I became an artist. So when you say where am I from, I'm from Chicago, Atlanta, and Columbus, because all three of them raised me. All three of them made me who I am today. Without one, I could not be Patricia M. Goins in this area in the independent entertainment industry the way I am without those three states and the experiences that they taught me. Yeah. I have. I have. In 1999, let me see. I was baptized in 1996. And in 1998, I started going to Bible study. And there was a word in the Bible that caught my eye. And the word was faith. And I wanted to understand what is faith. And so I asked God to show me what faith means. And so in 1998, pregnant with my now 24-year-old with two other small children, my marriage had ended and I was, and I decided I was going to test this thing called faith. I wanted to understand what it was. I wanted to understand what it meant. And so I remember there was a church ministry, St. Matthew's Publishing, that used to send me letters in the mail all the time. And I ended up writing a letter to God. I stuck some cash in there and I put it in the mailbox on my way out of Columbus, Ohio, headed towards Cleveland, Ohio. And I said, I'm going to test you, God, because you said put your word to the test. It's Malachi 3:10, so I'm about to test you. And I tested faith. I tested what I had learned in the Bible. I tested all that. And that took me on, what has this been now? It's been 20-something years. My son is 24. So it took me on a 25-year journey across 3 states. Oh, okay. Oh, you 42. You still a young buck. You still a young buck. So, yeah. So what's going on? Watch movie. So what's going on? John, it said John Howdy. Yeah. So I'm just giving my thoughts about the new series. I'm still gonna call it a hit series. I don't care. To me, it's still a hit series. They just need to tweak season 2. Because I'm going to need them to grab me the way they did season 1. That's the only thing. That will be my only thing. But I'm still growing with the characters, I'm still growing with them. And that's important about any series. If you can grow with the characters, then you have a good series, because people want to see what's going to happen next. They want to find out how Malika going to handle this baby. You know what I'm saying? And and how she gonna keep from getting killed from Pops, who crazy than and trying to track her down. Like they want to understand Wendy with her crazy self, and how the heck she gonna stay out of trouble, and what's gonna happen with this producer DJ, who we know is really working with the police. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to find out how these characters is going on, and now you introduce some new characters into Kold season 2. You got Lil Wayne's daughter is playing. I forget the name of the group. It's a new group that's coming down, that has entered into the scene, that basically called Kold and Windy out, like, we about to take y'all over. And they actually talked about Malika. It was like, she can't do nothing, she pregnant, because Malika was always the one in the camera. She's always the pretty girl of the group and post the pictures and stuff, but she's pregnant now, so she's not able to do all that. So you got a new group of pretty girls that's coming, that's trying to take their spot, so they got to hold on to that. And then, you got Malika's daddy that got out of jail, and he really trying to stay straight, but I don't think he's gonna be able to, because when he got picked up from out of jail, his buddy came with a whole bunch of guns and stuff, like, come on, I got a gift for you. So he was already trying to pull him right back in the street, and he really ain't trying to do that. He's trying to go straight. So I'm trying to figure out how he gonna figure that out. But then again, he wants to be in Malika's life, and Malika's like, look, either you go find out where Brenda is, that scandalous ass mama of mine, or me and you ain't gonna have no relationship. So she's forcing him to get back in that life. So I'm curious about that. It makes you grow with the characters. I just think that they gotta keep the intensity of season 1. You just gotta keep that intensity. I'm trying. All right, so DTAP, I'm trying to figure out, what are you asking me? Are you asking me what I'm talking about? I'm trying to see if you're asking me a question or if you are an op. Who I got to put in punishment. I'm trying to figure out who you are. So tell me, what are you asking me, DTAP? Let me see where you're coming from, because I don't want to, I don't want to put you in timeout if you're really asking a legit question, like you're trying to figure out like what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about Kold and Windy is a new TV series out of Chicago, based out of Chicago. It's about 2 drill female artists, right? Who they've just gotten a record. They've got their first record deal, and they're trying to move up the ranks. If for anyone who you are from Chicago, or you have lived in Chicago and you were there during around somewhere between 2013 and 2016, then you probably remember when Tink and Dreezy were the 2 artists that was coming up the ranks, right? Tink and they were at odds with each other. They're 2 Chicago artists who end up going mainstream. They end up, I think that Tink ended up going with Timberland and them, that whole whatever, she gets signed that way, and Dreezy got signed because she ended up making some hit songs with a couple mainstream artists and stuff, and so, but when I was living there, they were at odds, so it was like they was coming back, they was battling each other through the music videos. And at one point, I felt like I seen Dreezy's boyfriend in Tink's video. So I think there was some man issues going on. I know they was at war, kind of like with each other, not war physically, but lyrically, lyrically. And it kind of just reminds me of that energy of that time with those 2 artists that were coming up, and they both went mainstream. The only difference is with this one right here, Kold and Windy are a team, and so we're watching them go up, and they're not just a team; they're also about that gang life. So it's like they're really living what they rap. They are living what they rap, which is what happened when the gangs kind of entered the music scene. They were rapping about their life. They were rapping about what was really going on in the streets, So, yeah. So anyway, that is my that's my whole thing about Kold and Windy. But you gotta watch it for yourself and see what your thoughts are. See what you think about it. My only suggestion is start by viewing season 1. Start off with season 1. I'm going to say start with season 1, episode 1, and work forward. Don't start with season 2 if you've never watched season 1. That would be my suggestion, because season 1 is definitely powerful, and it will hold you and make you understand what's going on in season 2. Because season 2, in my opinion, is not starting off as strong as season 1. But that's just my opinion. They just got to keep that same intensity. They need to build around your strongest character. Build around Wendy. Build around the father getting out of jail. Build around Pops and his crazy self. Build around that, because Malika's character is not strong enough to build around. It's just not. She didn't have too many hits. She lost everything that we could have held on to her was ended or let go or stopped in season 1. You know, we can't build around a relationship with her baby daddy because her baby daddy dead, unless we start to figuring out who really killed. We start working on trying to figure out who really killed him. You know, otherwise that ended in season 1. Can't build around her mama, because her mama then took the money and ran. That happened in season 1, so you can't really build around. We could build on trying to find her, but the intensity that led up to all that is already, you know. So it's just like you got to build around the one that's the strongest. And for me, out of the 2 partners, I would say Wendy is the strongest. Build around Wendy. Build around Wendy until Malika has his baby, and y'all can figure out how to make her back into the diva that she was throughout season 1. So anyway, I am 26 days, no smoking. Is it 26 or 27? I'm starting to lose count. I'm trying to think. Am I 27 or 26? I think I'm 27. It might be 27. I have not smoked in 27 days. I have not had no cigarettes. I have not had any candy, no cookies. I have not had any potato chips in, I want to say it's 27 days. I want to say I am 27. I am 27. I think 27 days of no smoking, no candy, no cookies, and no potato chips. Yes. And yesterday I was on a bus, right? Because I figured I need to start walking more. Because, you know, that's the one thing I will say. When you stop something, like you stop smoking cigarettes, or if you are someone who you've been doing drugs, you've been doing fentanyl, you've been doing crack, you've been doing whatever that thing is, that addiction is, you've been eating too much, whatever. You got to find a way to replace that, right? Or you'll start to, you know, because it's really about oral gratification, right? I think it's the, So Paul, it's okay if you okay, you said, Paul said, well done staying off him. Yep, 27 days. And he said 2 days is the longest I ever managed. Gotta try again soon. Pain in the ass they are. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, the best way to build yourself up to it, if you're not gonna use any patches didn't work for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. They will work probably the first 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times I tried them. They will work to a certain point, but then after like a week or 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks, I pull them off. Next thing you know, I back smoking. Then it got so bad that I would have them on, and then I'd have them on all day long while I'm at work. And as soon as I got home, I take it off and then I smoke. Like, it wasn't working for me, right? So then I had to find another technique. So the other technique that I found was I had to start building up my mental endurance. So I started restricting myself without anything, because they say that cigarettes really only stay in the system for like 2 days. Like, the nicotine only stays. So I think it's just it's a behavioral thing after that. Whereas some of the other drugs, hardcore stuff, might stay in the system for 30 days. So it might be harder for 30 days. I tried the inhaler about 15 years ago. Didn't work. I didn't even know they had an inhaler. Use an inhaler to help you quit smoking. So what I did was I started restricting myself for periods of time throughout the day. That's how I did it, Paul. And even though, like I would say, for 30 days, I'm not going to smoke between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Or for 30 days, I'm not going to smoke until after 12. Or for 30 days, I'm not going to smoke until after 4. Like I started giving myself time. And I started increasing the time. For 30 days, I'm not going to smoke between the hours of 7 a and 7 p. So that means I could only smoke at night, you know. I couldn't smoke during the day. I couldn't smoke in the morning. I had to wait until a certain time. I had to wait till after 7. I start restricting myself. That's how I started. And even if I went back to smoking, I never forgot how I was able to stop by restricting myself. This time, I prayed first, and I said, God, you know I'm not gonna be able to do this without you. I'm not. I've been smoking for 30 years, Lord Jesus. So I prayed first, and I stopped, and then I stopped the other things that I probably would have increased doing. And that was the candy, the cookies, all that kind of stuff. Because I knew that would make me gain weight. And I can't be gaining too much more weight. I'm already not skinny. So, and so that's how I started doing it. And then I started documenting my journey. That was the other thing that I started doing. And I think that me documenting my journey has actually... we was just looking for you, Maya. Who was it? One of the people that come on here. What's his name? The nurse, or the CNA, or whoever the guy. He just asked about you. How are you doing? Yeah, we were looking for you. I hope that all is well. Paul, maybe get my mouth wired shut. It's a hell of addiction to beat. I'm impressed you got this far. Because you could do it, Paul. You could do it. You just got to tell yourself. It's all about your mindset. That's the one thing this journey has taught me this time. Oh, okay. Maya said, good. How are you? I have been going to church. That's good. That's good. That's good. Because I told you, you don't need to be stuck in the house and not communicating or getting out there with other people, Maya. You need to be socializing with other people so that you can get, what you're missing from not being schooled at home, you'll be able to get socializing. So, it's great that you started with church. That's the greatest place to start. And then see, what kind of little programs and stuff. Oh, you have so many friends. Okay, so you have a lot of friends. Okay, so, well, you just socializing, so that you're not in that energy that you was in before. But I'm glad to see you. But we were wondering about you. So praise God and thank you, Jesus. Okay, I don't. You know what? Having a whole bunch of people is overrated. You know what I'm saying? You can say I got a lot of friends, but do you really? You could be like, I got a lot of friends. People can say, I have a lot of friends. But you don't really find out how many friends you have until you fall to the ground, until something happens where you really need people to be there by your side. That's when you truly find out who are your friends. You might have a lot of acquaintances. You might have a lot of associates. People might know you. But who is going to be there for you when you fall to the ground? Who's going to be there for you when you go through a trial and tribulation or a tough time? The ones that call on you just to check on you and make sure you're doing good. And hey, why don't you come hang out with us? I know you ain't been feeling that good. Hey, let's come with me. Let me come help you this. You need anything? Can I help you in some kind of way? Those are the people. Not the ones who are your friend. They call you your friend when you got it going on and you making a lot of money or you popular and everything and everybody's got your back and y'all all partying together. Them is not your friends. Them your kicking it buddies. Your friends are the ones who are going to be there for you when trials and tribulations hit. That's when you figure out and find out who your friends are. That's for real. Yeah, and she's young. Praise God. She said, Maya said, I love what the Lord is doing for me. Yes, that is so true. And you know what? God is so amazing. Thank you, Father. You know how you do it. Whenever you focus, you what you did was you focused, you shifted your energy, Maya. As soon as you put God first and you put your eyes on God and you decide, let me go to church and let me be around other believers and let me get into an atmosphere where there's worship, whatever. You shifted your atmosphere. As soon as you did that, you shifted your atmosphere. You shifted your life. So moving forward, you're going to understand that when you put your eyes on God, right? You keep your eyes focused on Him. And trust that He's going to bring you through every storm. Trust that He's going to provide whatever it is that you need. He's always going to be there on time. He's, all that. When you act like, Paul walking on that water, and you just say, I'm going to have faith no matter what. God got me. He's going to get me through this. When you do that, you shift your energy and you go from a place of low vibrational energy to a place of high vibrational energy. And all of a sudden, nothing seems dark anymore. Everything, there's now, it's like there's a light that's coming into your atmosphere. And now your whole aura is changing. And now there's a light that's coming through you. And there's no longer that darkness and that sadness and that depression and that woe is me. Because now you're replacing that. God is replacing that with love, with inspiration. So that was the smartest thing you could have done, was to shift your atmosphere. That was the smartest thing you could have done. And now watch how your life begins to change. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to have them days because the enemy is always out to steal, kill, and destroy. But whenever he comes back with those doubts, those self-doubts, that memory of yesterday, that what they said about me, or how they this, that, and that, whenever the enemy comes with them attacks, this, that, and the other, then you immediately shift that energy. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and you just go on and you put your eyes back on God, start praising God, listen to some praise music, go find something that you love to do and start doing it. Shift your thoughts. So you can shift yourself out of any attacks of the enemy, and you will continue to rise. The enemy always come. Ain't nobody perfect. That's why you got to stay in the Word. Whenever I get low in the spirit, God, I feel like that's when God be like, go get in your scriptures. Whenever my spirit starts to get under attack, I feel like God be like, go do a Bible study, music ministry Bible study. Go get yourself, back into my word. Get back into my promises. Get back into what I said I would do for you. Didn't I tell you that no weapon formed against you will prosper? Didn't I tell you that I'm gonna fight all your battles? Didn't I tell you that? So you just gotta stay in that atmosphere, Maya. If you can stay in that atmosphere, and if you can remember that, anytime the enemy comes with doubt and try to tell you what you're not, who you're not, what you're not, that, all that kind of stuff, you shift that energy and block that out, and start playing you some praise and worship music. Start, just, shift that energy. Shift that energy. Because the enemy don't want you to know how powerful you are. The enemy don't want you to know how beautiful you are, how smart you are. The enemy don't want you to discover your purpose or your assignment. They don't. It doesn't want you to do that. So it's going to come with all kind of negative stuff, But I rebuke that. So you did the best thing you could have did. Let me tell you something. I get up here. These people don't know me. People don't, this internet thing, you get people from all over the place. So the first thing that they like to do is they like to come up here and they like to call me names. They call me, talk about, call me the N-word, call me this, call me ugly, this, that, and the other. Because their goal is to try to beat down my character and my self-esteem, because maybe if they can beat down my character and my self-esteem, that'll have me depressed and stuff, and that'll have me not wanting to get up here, and that'll have me not wanting to, do my music ministry. But I rebuke that, baby. First of all, God said I'm a queen. I don't care what you think. And this is what I tell myself. This is what I have to tell myself, Maya. You got to speak words of power to yourself, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. I don't care what you think about me. You ain't got to think I'm beautiful. You ain't got to think I'm smart. You can whatever you want, but I know what God said I am. And I know God has given me an assignment. And you ain't got to like what I'm doing. And if you are prejudiced, there's a whole bunch of other prejudiced people on YouTube. Go kick it with them. You ain't got to come to me, because over here, we about love. Over here, we preach unity. Over here, I'm all about how we can bless each other. It doesn't matter the color of our skin or the race or who our mom and daddy was or how much money we got. That's how I am over here. Over here is about love. So if you know, and this is what I have to say. This is what I have to say. So I'm glad that you continue to. I'm glad that you found worth in these lives, and you know, and that you came back and that you follow. I appreciate that. I promise you. I can't even go to my Instagram so I can see what his name is. But he just asked me about you. This was somebody who I met. You know, one of the people that follow my lives, and he ended up following me on Instagram, and so we talk, you know, and he specifically asked me about you. He said, have you heard from Maya? He remembered your name. He said, have you heard anything else from Maya? And I was like, no. I said, I haven't seen her pop back up there anymore. I sure will, Paul. You ain't said nothing but the word, baby. I need moderators. I need people that's going to help me because these people crazy. Let me go here and find. Let me hold on. I'm sure am. Thank you, Paul. I need it because these people crazy on here. Yes, Lord Jesus. I need good moderators to help me. Ain't nobody. It's hard to talk and still be trying to fight off the enemy at the same time. But yeah, Maya. So, they definitely, he was asking about you, you know. And so, you know, just understand that when we prayed about you, that was for real. We were really praying about you, you know. And so you are not in our you're still in our thoughts, you're still in our prayers, you know. And so we're just, you know, so thank you for coming back and letting us know that you're okay, you know, and that all is good, and that you are moving forward, and that, you know, you've gotten yourself out of that energy. Yeah, can't stay there. Yeah, can't stay there. So I know I kind of switched off of, you know, the whole Kold and Windy episode 2 thing, but you know, that's how God moves. I'm unscripted, y'all. That's why I named my show Unscripted. I'm unscripted. I'm on the move unscripted, and I've always been that way because why? Because I usually got bloopers. I usually fumble and say something that I ain't supposed to say, or I stutter over my words, or I do something. So I'm unscripted. I was unscripted long before unscripted came out. I've been unscripted since 2016, right? Now everybody unscripted, everybody uncensored, uncut, unfiltered. But I, on the move, Patricia M. Goins, when I was on 1100 AM radio back in Atlanta, we were unscripted, and we've been unscripted ever since. Even though, you know, MBJ Live is going on to do other things, great things, or whatever, on the move unscripted, it's still. I've just haven't been on Blog Talk in a while, because I used to do, so I was on 1100 AM in Atlanta on the radio for probably about 4 or 5 years. But then right before COVID, I ended up going back to my hometown, and I turned the radio show, which was a landline radio show station, to a podcast. And that was right before the podcast blew up. It was right before 2020. I turned it into a podcast. I'm on Blog Talk Radio, Spreaker. You can look through my channel and see some of the interviews and stuff like that I've had throughout the years. You know, I have not been doing my Blog Talk Radio show. I haven't. For whatever reason, I've been on YouTube. YouTube has captured my freaking attention. You said, Paul said, I have your back now. Thank you. Appreciate you. Ah! So that's what that blue thing means? Because who else did I just see with that blue thing? Somebody else. Glizzy. Glizzy has it. So he must be. Is he one of my moderators? Ah! Glizzy is a moderator. Okay. So that's why he been in the... Okay. So when it's blue... Now I know. When it's blue with that little thing, with that little wrench, whatever, that means that they on there got your back. Okay, I got backup. The kings are in the house. I got backup. The queens are in the house. I got male and female moderators now for y'all haters. Y'all ops. Like the ops that gave Kold and Windy season 1 at 6.3. Y'all lying. It was the ops. All right. Well, anyway, I just had to come up here and just kind of like do a show. I've been really good with doing my shows and stuff, and just kind of keeping everybody abreast. So like I said, I brought On The Move Unscripted to YouTube, and I've been kind of like doing YouTube. Although I need to get back on Blog Talk Radio and do a couple of shows, because I know they're like, what's going on? Especially my people that were following me on iHeartRadio and Dreezer and all that kind of stuff, because that's where my my Blog Talk Radio shows were being uploaded to. So I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm all over. I've been in this industry for a long time. I've been on the other side of the mountain for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. So thank you, Paul. I appreciate that, because I noticed that you always do stop by. Ah, stop, Maya. Are you for real? Maya, don't play with me. Maya said, I know your voice sounded so familiar. My mom listens to you all the time. Are you serious? Don't have me up here. Don't have me up here crying, Maya. Dang. So your mom, wait a minute, hold on. Stop the wheel, stop the press. So Maya, you're telling me that your mom was watching my shows on Blog Talk, or listening to my shows on Blog Talk Radio. She listened to On The Move Unscripted? Is that what you're saying? On Blog Talk Radio or iHeartRadio, whatever, she listened to it? Wow. That made me feel good. That made me feel good. Because I was, so when on Blog Talk Radio, wow. That made me feel good. You tell your mom I said hi. That made me feel good. That made me feel really good. So throughout 2020, I had like 3 shows going on. I had one with Be Love. This is when we did the podcast. We turned it into a podcast. So it was Be Love. I was coming on with Be Love on Monday. And then me and Mr. Stout was doing a show on Wednesdays. And then I had the Ladies Roundtable discussion on Thursdays. So throughout the pandemic, I was coming on the radio, or I was, on internet radio for like 3 days a week. So you can go to iHeartRadio and listen to any of my shows, On The Move Unscripted, with Patricia M. Goins. When I was on the radio with MBJ Live, we was actually coming on, like she said, you could be in the car. Literally, you could be in the car and you could listen to us on 1100 AM, but they ended up canceling 1100 AM. 1100 AM is not it's not the show that it was when I was on. So I don't know if they must have sold it and then they changed, and something else comes on that station now. But I was on 1100 AM for some years. In fact, I started off with Around the World Radio with Sky Keaton and Courtney. At that time it was Courtney Brinson, and yeah, we had a great show. And then Marvin joined me, and then we turned the name into On The Move Unscripted, and I was on The Move Unscripted for like 4 years on the radio. And then when the pandemic hit, turned it to a podcast, and now here I am on YouTube. But I was around long before. On Unscripted wasn't even a tag name. It wasn't even nothing popular. People weren't saying that before 2016. But that was our thing. That we were on the move, unscripted, unfiltered, uncensored, uncut. And so I don't trip when I do bloopers, because I've already told y'all who I am already. Yeah. I that makes me feel so good, Maya. Wow. So so you tell your mama I'm still around. I'm just on YouTube now. You tell her On The Move Unscripted I'm just doing it. I don't know. It was just like a natural transition. And I really need to get back and do a show on Blog Talk, because I have not done one in a while. I started playing hooky, and then hooky just ended up turning into a whole new platform. And then I just went from Blog Talk to now y'all see me, on y'all see me on YouTube. But you know, all these years I've been like behind the scenes, you know, so you ain't really see me. So I ain't have to worry about the crazy people coming up talking all kind of craziness. So, but when I'm on YouTube, it's like the world sees me. So it's just like, you know, I had to deal with the craziness. But now I got my kings cut stepping up on the field like, come on, we got your back. I got the kings now. Y'all ain't gonna be able to talk to me in your kind of way because the kings and queens is in the building, baby, and they is blocking y'all and they putting y'all in timeout and they putting a little white cap on your head and they telling you to shut up. Yes, I will have to do that and have her follow you so she can listen to you on. Yes. Tell her I'm still Patricia, still, you know, talking to smack. It was like when I was doing all them shows on Blog Talk, we were catching all of the things that was going on in 2020. Like it seemed like every time it was time for us to do a show, it'd be something crazy going on, and so we were capturing that whole year. We was capturing it. And we was talking about it. You know when the George Floyd thing happened and all the stuff that was happening throughout that year. Like we were capturing it all. It was crazy. You know, it was wild. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yes. Yeah, Paul said he my Secret Service. I know that's what. Come on now. I need it too. I need it because they be coming up here doing the most. And like I don't even understand. And I will never understand. And I probably when I go to heaven I'll have to ask God, why are there so many people, you know, with hatred? And why do so many people support people with hatred? You know, and why is it that people who hate people are always looking for other people to join their hate team? If you want to hate somebody by yourself, or go where all the haters are. You know what I'm saying? Over here's all love. We about love and unity and just having fun and enjoying life. Life is too short. Life is too short. So definitely, I'm gonna have to put my So let me put my. So if you ever want to go and check out some of my stuff, you can either go to iHeartRadio or you can go to my Blog Talk channel. It's blogtalkradio.com/Patricia Goins. And you'll be able to catch some of my shows, some of the radio shows. Paul said 50% of all YouTube lives are trolls, as far as I've seen. It's an epidemic. But I don't understand why. I don't understand why. What do they get paid? Is it like a troll agency or something? People join the troll agency and get paid to troll other people's pages. Like I don't understand. What is the benefit of being a troll? Well, I don't. Do they get free miles on airline miles or something? Like what's the benefit? You know what I'm saying? They get free hotel stays. Like what's the benefit of being a troll? Is it a certain fee you get paid? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out. I don't know. You said that's why he bring. Who are you talking about when you say Maya? When you say that's why he brings them here? You Oh wait a minute. Let me go back to your first statement. It says, "Is the devil trying to take control of God's?" And God's not letting that happen. That's right, Maya. Okay, now I understand when you're saying that. That's right. They ain't nothing but the enemy. They ain't nothing but the enemy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's sad. I don't know why. I don't know why women get it worse. I don't know why, Paul. But you know what? No, Maya, no weapon formed shall prosper. You just got to remember that. So, if you ever want to catch any of my old shows, you can go to blogtalkradio.com or on here. There's also, if you go to any of my videos and you put in On The Move Unscripted, I think that from Spreaker, they're up here. Or you can go to iHeartRadio. Some of them are they're on iHeartRadio.com too. You just got to put on The Move. But yeah, I've been unscripted. I was on scripted before DL Hughley. I remember when DL Hughley first did that thing on Pluto. We're talking about I'm unscripted, unfiltered, uncensored. I'm like, did you have to use all of them, DL Hughley? Did you have to use all my tags? Could you not have created one of your own? Yeah, yeah, I don't trip. So I yeah been in this independent thing for a minute and doing it for a while, and I love the independence of it. I love just being myself and you know and doing what I love to do. You know, along with my music. You know, I got a lot of music. If you look me up on Spotify, if you look at even though they don't like to pay us nothing but 0.001 cents. But if you look up Patricia M. Goins, you'll be able to see my music on there on Spotify or on iTunes or wherever you listen to music. The new album, The Journey, is out. Although I haven't been like I need to really make it where you can actually purchase the album. Well, I do have it online. It's online at ATW Shop, ATWMshop.com. That's where you can get a copy of The Journey. And then I also have, that's my new album. I do a lot. God must have just been like, I'm just going to give this child a whole bunch of skills and talents, because I know they're gonna be picking with her throughout her life. So she's gonna need some stuff. I don't know, because I've always loved anything that's creative, anything creative. I've loved. I love to do. You know, I need to add my. I got a new book here. So my author. How do you share your author page? I wonder. How do I share my author page? How do you? They should make it where you can like share it. But I finally re-released my book. This Can't Be Love. Let me share the link. Okay, so I can come back over here. This is the link. So the movie This Can't Be Love that is that you see the movie to. This is the book to it. I had to re-release it, and it's actually part of a 3-book series. But that's for the book This Can't Be Love. A lot of people have been asking me about it. This is the book This Can't Be Love that goes with the movie, and a lot of people have been asking me, and I had to resubmit it. So this is the book for the movie. But anyway, I just love creativity. I always have, always will. Anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all up anymore until next week. So I'm definitely going to be looking for the next. I think it must come out on Mondays. Kold and Windy season. The episodes must come out on Wednesday. So I'm going to look at season 2, episode 3, so I can better get a feel of where they're flowing for season 2. You know, but they captured me so much with season 1. I guess I was expecting season 2 to jump off just like that, and it's not. It has not yet. But I think they just need to play around with the characters a little bit and lead with their strength. You know, that's what I think they need to do. Just lead with their strength. I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you for stopping by. Thank y'all to everyone for stopping by. You've been holding out with me for 88 minutes now. Hey! Okay, I'm gonna end this off with my song, y'all. I'm gonna end this off with All Around the World, because I have people that are coming and checking me out from all around the world. So I feel like I wanna find. Hold on. Oh, this is okay. I'm gonna do this one right here, because this right here was my But wait a minute. How you go back? Okay, hold on. This was me doing it. This was my first live with it. I actually had a book release, album release party in Ohio, and this was me doing my album release party. Hold on. Let me tell you one thing. This was the album release party. This was my album release party, y'all. Maya said, "We love watching you. I will be watching your next live, and I hope I can join. I love you so much. You have changed my life. Praise the Lord." Aww. All around the world. That made me feel good. Oh, man. Oh, my. See, you're going to have me over here crying and sniffing and snotting and stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Maya, I'm so happy that I was able to, and because it wasn't by myself, because I wasn't the only one on that day. I'm so happy that we were able to encourage you and get you back to understanding just how much God loves you, to the point where you've joined church and you're feeling better and you're coming back with a new energy. That's what's up, baby. All around the world. Yeah, so tell your mama I'm on YouTube so she can switch over here and check me out. Peace and love, y'all. Have a great day.